Hello, good day viewers. Welcome to another mathematics presentation. So in this presentation, we are going to look at bearings. So under bearings, we are going to focus on three-figure bearings. Okay. So under three-figure bearings, we must know that they are used in the direction in navigation. Okay. So if we want to describe the direction, in navigation, we normally use the three-figure bearings. So these three-figure bearings, they measure the angle clockwise from the north in degrees, always using the three digits. Okay. So if you want to find the bearing of one point from another point, you have to measure the angle clockwise from the north to the line connecting the 2 points. Okay, so here we are saying that first thing, you need to draw a line pointing north from the starting point. You also draw a line connecting the 2 points, then measure the angle clockwise from the north line to the connecting line. So let's say if they ask you to say find the bearing of A from B. Okay, find the bearing of A from B. So let's say you have your A right here, then you have your point B right here. So they are saying find the bearing of A from B. So they are saying from B, meaning that the bearing should be at this point from B. Okay, so what you do is you are going to draw a north. Okay, according to the first point right here, says draw a line pointing north from the starting point. So from the starting point is B. So from this B now, you're going to draw a line that will be connecting the 2 points, which is A and B, clockwise. So this is our north. So this bearing will be moving from this north in the clockwise direction until it touches this line connecting the 2 points A and B. So this will be considered as the bearing of point, the bearing from A from B. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Now, if you get your answer that is less than 100, so you have to put a 0. For example, you get the answer like 25 degrees. Okay, so you need to put a 0 because we are saying this should be three-figure bearing. Again, if you get your answer which is like maybe 9 degrees, so you need to put the 2 zeros. This will be your answer. Okay, so I hope you have gotten what I've explained here. So let us now look at some triangles and angles that are associated with bearings. So let's look at this first triangle that we have. So this first triangle is an isosceles triangle. Okay, so an isosceles triangle is a triangle that has got two length sides that are equal and two angles are equal. So the moment you see this, okay, these marks, they are saying that the length side from here to here it's equal, again from here to here it's equal. Then in terms of the angles, the angle which is here is equal to the angle which is there. So you need to know this property because at times during in bearings, they can give you a triangle, then they draw the lines. Okay, then apart from this isosceles triangle, we also have a triangle that we call equilateral triangle. So just by the name equilateral, it means all the length sides are equal and all the angles inside are equal. So this means that these marks are showing that the length from here to here it's equal. Again, from this point to this point, it's equal. Again, from this point to this point, it's equal. So meaning that even the angle which is here is equal to the angle which is right there. It's also equal to the angle which is right there. So we know that the sum of angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. So if you have three angles that are equal, you will divide by 3. So you say 3 it's a 1, 3 into 18 it's a 6. So this 6 and the 0, you have 60, degrees, meaning that here we are going to have an angle of 60, even here 60, even here 60. Okay, so I hope this property is also clear to you. Let us now look at another property right here on C. We have what we call a right angle. So this is a right angle because of this end right here. So this is a right angle which always is equal to a 90 degrees. Okay, so the moment you spot this and you see this, you know that this is a right angle which is equal to 90 degrees. So let us now look at another part. So here we are going now to look at parallel lines. So this line is parallel to this line. Then we have a transversal line. Okay, so this line that is passing on the middle of two parallel lines is called a transversal line. So if you have, let's say you have an angle right here, okay, and you also have an angle right here. So if here you have an angle which is A, okay, even here you are going to have the same angle which is A. So this means that if you have something like this, if you have two parallel lines like this, okay, then we have a transversal here. So if you're having a 20 degrees right here, it means that even here you're going to have a 20 degrees right here, because this angle is alternating to this angle. These are alternate angles in the parallel lines. Okay, so this property is also very important. Now let's look at another part. So we are still looking at the parallel lines. Now in this case, we have an angle here. Maybe we have angle B, and right here we have angle A. So the two angles, they are on the same side of the transversal. Okay, it's different from this one where this angle and this angle, they are on opposite side of the transversal, which are equal. Now this one, you can see this angle B right here and the angle A, they are on the same side of the transversal. So A and B, they are going to add up to 180. So if you add angle A plus angle B, okay, this will give us 180 degrees. So these angles are called allied angles. Okay, these are allied angles. So allied angles are angles that add up to 180. So for instance, if you have these two parallel lines like this, then there is a transversal here. So here if you have a 120 degrees, and here they say you have angle Q. Find angle Q. So I've said when you add this angle 120 and this angle Q should give you 180. So you normally say if you add 120 degrees plus Q, this should give us 180 degrees. So normally say Q is equal to 180 degrees minus 120 degrees, and this will give us angle Q is equal to what? 60 degrees. Okay, so meaning that here you are going to have an angle which is 60 degrees, such that when you add 120 plus 60 degrees, it will give you 180 degrees. So these properties are very important. Apart from this property, let us look at another property. We have a straight angle. So this straight angle gives us 180, as you can see. Okay, this is a straight angle property. Very important to understand it as well. Apart from this, let us look at our last property. This property is called a complete angle. So here we are going to have what we call a complete angle, or angle at a point. So this complete angle, it's an angle that adds up to 360 degrees. So this angle will move right from here to go like this. It will make a complete 10. So this angle will be equal to 360 degrees. So this is another property that you must know when it comes to bearings. So we are done looking at some of the triangles and the angles that are associated with bearings. Let us now look at some of the examples. So this is our first example 1. The question is, find the bearing of B from A. So remember, I've said that where they have said from, that's the starting point. So B from A. So this is our north direction, which is right here. Okay, then the B is right here, the A is right here. So it's B from A. So where they have said from, it's A. That's where we need to draw our north pole. So you can see we already have the north pole right here. So from, we'll be moving in a clockwise direction. Okay, from north coming to the points that are connecting A and B. So what is the bearing of B from A? It's a 50. Okay, so it's a 50 degrees. Now, since these are 3 figure bearings, so we need to put a 0 right there. So we have 0, 50 degrees. So we have answered our example 1. I hope we have understood. Let us now look at our second example. We are using the same one, but we have changed the question. We have said find the bearing of A from B. Okay, not B from A. A from B. So this A from B. So where they are saying from, it's on B. That will be our starting point. So on B, we are going to draw the north pole on B right here. So when we draw the north pole on B right here, you can say that even here on A there is a north pole. So this north and this north, you can see we have 2 parallel lines. I've just extended the line here. So since we have these 2 parallel lines, they are saying the bearing of A from B. So from the north, moving in a clockwise direction until we touch this line connecting the point A and B. So this is the bearing that we want. Okay, so how can we get this bearing? Okay, how can we get this bearing? So to get this bearing is very easy, because if you remember, we said if you have the parallel lines like this, okay, if you have 2 parallel lines like this and there is a transversal line, okay, we said that the angle which is right here is alternating to this angle. So if you have a 50 degrees right here, it means that even here is a 50 degrees. So it means even here you are going to have a 50 degrees. Now we need to find this angle right here. So this angle, if you remember where we said if you have a straight line like this angle right here is a 180 degrees. So here you have 180 degrees. So to find now the complete angle right here, you are going to add, we will just add 180, okay, 180 degrees plus a 50 degrees. So when you add these two, 0 plus 0 is a 0, then 8 plus 5, this will give us a 13, so you write 3. Then 1 here will change, we are going to have a 2. So our answer is 230 degrees. That is the bearing of A from B. So I hope you have gotten what I've explained here. So let us now move on to our third example, sorry. So this is our third example right here. Find the bearing of A from B, okay? All right, so how can we answer this question? So to find the bearing of A from B, so they are saying A from B. So where they have said from B, that's where we're going to draw our north. So I hope we have gotten this. So the north will be at point B right here. So from here, let me just try to extend this line here. Okay, so they are saying find the bearing of A from B. A from B. So the bearing will be moving from here in a clockwise direction until we touch this point for AB. Okay, this is the bearing that they want, the angle which will be right here. So how do you find this angle? It's very easy. First thing, you have this angle right here, which is a 230 degrees. Okay, so remember what we said? We said that this angle which is right here, will be alternating to this angle because we have two parallel lines. Okay, so here there are two methods that you can use. So I will use the first method. So the first method is that we know that just this line right here ending up to here, this is a 180 degrees. Now if we complete it to this, that's when you're having a 230 degrees. Okay, so what we do to find this angle which is remaining right here, we'll say 230 degrees minus 180 degrees. So this will say 0 minus 0, 0, 3 minus 8, it can't. We borrow a 1. We have 13. 13 minus 8, we are going to get 5. Okay, so meaning that the angle which will be is a 50 degrees. So even right here, you are going to have a 50 degrees. That will be the bearing of A from B, which will be a 0, 5, 0, 50 degrees. Okay, that is our method 1. Then if you want to use a different method under the same question, what you can do is you can consider the complete angle. Okay, you can consider the complete angle. So what do I mean? What I mean is this. You know that this complete angle right here, this will be a complete angle. This complete angle should be equal to 360 degrees. Now you already have this angle from here up to here, which is a 230. So to find this remaining angle right here, you get 360 degrees minus the 230 degrees. Okay, so 0 minus 0 is a 0. 6 minus 3, this will give us a 3. Okay, this will give us a 3. Then 3 minus 2 to give us a 1. You get a 130, meaning that here we're going to have 130 degrees. So if you have a 130, then here, what angle are you going to get? If you remember, we said this angle which is right here and this angle, these are right angles, they add up to 180. So to find the angle which is here, you just get 180 degrees minus the 130 degrees, and this will give us a 50 degrees. So this will be the bearing here, which is a 50 degrees, which is the same one with the first method that we used. So I hope you have understood what I've explained here. Okay, if you have any question, any contribution, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. I'll be very much glad to respond to you. So we are done answering this question. Let us now look at the other question. So this is our last question. Find the bearing of M from N. Find the bearing of M from N. So from N right here, they have even drawn the north compass, which the north pole, which is right there. So the bearing will move from north going to the line NM in a clockwise direction like this. So this is the bearing that we want. Okay, so how can we find this bearing? Remember this property where we said angles at a point here. This is a 360 degrees. So since you have a 35 here, so to find this remaining angle, we will just get the 360 degrees minus 35 degrees. Okay, so this will be 0 minus 5 is can't. We borrow a 1 from 6, we remain with a 5. So 10 minus 5, it's a 5. 5 minus 3, it's a 2. Then 3 minus 0, it's a 3. So this will be the bearing, which is 325 degrees. So this will be the bearing of M from N. So I hope it's clear. You have understood what I've explained here. So feel free to leave any comment. I'll be able to respond to you. So we've come to the end of our session. Thank you so much, everybody, for being so attentive and for supporting me. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, to like and share. This has been your presenter, Mr. Mlenga. Bye-bye.